Bardno von Bedsville, and I love Rebel Music TV.
Oh, that's sexy! What's up, everybody? We're here at Rev It Up. I got the bells. How you guys doing? Wonderful. Well. Now, if some of these faces are recognizable, you got about 40 collective years of punk rock and roll in here with Frank Agnew, Eric Felty. You got George Discusser. Let's meet the other two guys. Dave. That's it, Dave. That's just Dave. All right. Mark Bolton. And a little side note, George Discusser here has been the most featured guy on Rebel Music TV and never in the same band. How many fucking bands are you in?
I don't think he's ever counted that high. Piece of paper.
Because you still got about 10 bands we haven't covered.
He's in as many bands as there are hair on his face.
That's a lot of fucking bands. So we got so much punk rock experience, but you're not playing a punk rock, sound with this band. This is a rock and roll sound. We've talked at the Hot Rod Havoc about this. How about you guys? How is this? Is this a change? I know you and I were talking earlier about how it's kind of like you just don't give a fuck, you're just having fun. Is that?
You know what? I think at one point you get tired of, well, it's like the old saying, the true definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. I think we've all had our fun at playing punk rock, but I think we're actually enjoying each other and just having some fun.
It's still punk rock.
It's punk rock attitude, right?
Attitude, but we're playing what we want to play.
Yeah, so fuck you.
Thank you. I'll take that as a compliment.
And we all respect each other, and it just goes from there.
And it shows, when you guys are playing, it shows you guys are just having a fucking blast up there, man. And we expect great things from you guys and really look forward to it. Oh.
As long as it's fun, we're going to keep doing it.
That's right, yeah. If you're not having fun, then fucking break up and reform in a year.
The whole thing about the punk rock thing, we can never truly escape from it because it's in us.
Exactly, yeah. It's been a part of you for so long. Yeah.
We all have influences before, with the whole rock and roll thing and everything like that. It's like, you know what? Why not just bring out everything that influenced us, everything that, let's just have fun with this.
Yeah.
We got to play punk rock because they expect it from us. Well, what is that? Punk rock's an attitude. It's not a sound.
It's not a sound or a look or a fashion statement. It's an attitude. It's a way of life.
It's an attitude and all that, and we're doing that. So, technically, I guess, well, he's punk rock.
He's punk rock as shit. Thank you guys so much. The Bells. Where can people find you online? Facebook? MySpace? Right on. Thanks.
We're the Bells, and you're watching Rebel Music TV.
Tony Misfit.
Bye.
Yeah! Fucking goddamn it.
I've got a legend, Mr. Barry from Eddie and the Hot Rods from the UK. How are you, sir?
I'm great. I'm sweaty, but
you're sweaty, and you just rocked a hell of a show.
thank you.
Is this your first time playing Anaheim?
I don't know. We played it around LA a lot. I don't know.
When a band's been around as long as Eddie and the Hot Rods, you kind of lose track of how many cities you've been at.
Oh yeah.
You're touring off of the Teenage Depression album.
Yeah.
That was recorded in 1976.
Yeah.
Tell me about when you wrote and recorded that album. What was going on in the UK at that time in the music scene?
To be quite honest, nothing. What it was, there was huge bands doing big stadium gigs and nothing else.
Nothing else, right?
So,
nothing in between, right?
No, there was just us kids that had nothing to do, and it's just lyrics in the song say, you know, the pub's closed at 10:30. There was nothing to do, so we like music, a few of us. So we, rather than just get drunk and crash motorbikes, we wrote songs and we learned to play a bit.
Right.
So then came the problem of finding somewhere to play.
Right.
And there weren't the gigs. You couldn't get in. It was either big gigs or nothing. So we used to just literally phone, pester all the pub owners.
And is that where the definition of pub rock came? Because I checked your Wikipedia page and it says pub rock. Is that what that means?
That's what it means, yeah, because there wasn't any smaller gigs. So we hassled all the pub owners to put gigs on. And they did in the end, and we got a circuit together. There was bands like Brinsley Schwartz and Dr. Feelgood and Kilburn and the High Roads, and you know, great bands.
Of course.
And and to get on that was very hard, but as a circuit you did. Then it spread around the whole of England and then Europe, and that's how it came about. So we had to have somewhere to play. People wanted to see bands, wanted to see music. They didn't want to pay a fortune to see huge bands.
Of course.
So we got work like that.
Well, rock and roll's always been like a working man's music, you know? It's always been, those of us that are, you know, punk rock, rock and roll, it's always been for the less privileged people. It's always like, we want to have a good time, we want to hear good music and feel good.
Yeah, right. That's it. You've hit the nail on the head. Because, I'll tell you, you look at it now, I can't even afford to go out and go and see a huge band there, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's lovely to go.
God help you if you can afford the Rolling Stones tickets.
Exactly. When you can go to your local bar in your town, see great bands, I'll tell you that I live in a small town in England, and maybe once every couple of weeks we get a great band come down. You can't afford to miss it.
You can't,
you know,
exactly.
You know, and it's just something to do, something to see, and we want to carry on doing this. We you know, carry on taking it to the people.
Exactly. So here we are, 30 plus odd years into Eddie and the Hot Rods.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, what you know? Tell us about then and now. I mean, what do you see out there that's happening that you either agree with or don't agree with? I don't know.
I tell you, I'm very, very lucky. I ain't wealthy or nothing, but I've been very lucky. We played with people like Aerosmith,
of course,
and we played with bands like Tonight, like Prima Donna, and them other great bands. And they don't believe me when I tell them. You know, I really do appreciate meeting these people.
Yeah, right.
Because one day they're going to be the huge bands, and yeah, I've done it all. We've been out there, good times and bad times, but that is part of rock and roll life. It's all I know. So, yeah, you know, it's one of those things. It is exciting. People believe it for the wrong reason.
Exactly.
But it is exciting. It's a love that you do, and it is lovely to see other bands doing what we're doing. And I'll say it's 38 years now since I've been doing this.
And you haven't missed a step, if we can say so ourselves. I mean, I was in there in the pit I broke up a chick fight, by the way.
I saw that.
That was me. Yeah, I broke that up.
Man.
I don't want people fighting. There's a good time rock and roll happening.
Hello, my name is Barry Masters from Eddie and the Hot Rods, and you're watching Rebel Music TV.
Go on.